Hiya, and welcome back to Wayfinder, the game that teaches us that we cannot be serious for more than 5 seconds.
One Big Mac.
Oh, gee. Okay. While I was working on the text-to-speech bot, I kept thinking, this is going to be a huge mistake. Hiya, we have a text-to-speech bot. I kept thinking that was a huge mistake. What? Yeah, we have a TTS bot now. While I was making it, I kept thinking, this is going to be a huge mistake. This is a huge mistake. I should not be doing this. And yet I still did it, because I don't give a shit. Anyways, let's just hop right in. So, why was that barbarian trying to dent your face? I roll my eyes. He wouldn't answer my questions, but now I'm answering his. That barbarian is my ex-boyfriend. Geralt lets out a wolf whistle. Well, shit. I am so sorry to hear that. Yeah, he's a self-hating dude, bro, who I honestly never should have given the time of day to. I wasted a few months trying to get him to be more comfortable with himself. And me, for that matter. One night about 3 weeks ago, he heard a rumor about himself from one of the guys on the junior varsity football team accusing him of being a gay. Geralt snickers, and I don't blame him. Tucker was being absolutely ridiculous, but that wasn't the half of it. I heard he kicked the guy's ass pretty badly, then turned his anger toward me. He stormed through my door, should have never given him a key, but since I've requested and received a lock change, and began to threaten me... and actually threw a book at my head, nearly missing me by a hair. I sigh, looking back toward where we had run from, and then where we had hidden, and shrug. Our relationship is anything but amicable at this point. Ironic, isn't it? What is ironic? For someone stuck so far in the closet, he didn't think to check inside this one for us. Geralt lets out a snort and pats me on the shoulder. Well, you seem to be able to handle him on equal terms at the least. Geralt walks toward the direction we had come from, and I follow suit. As we walk, I find his eyes watching me, but darting away when I look toward him. I strike up some more conversation. So, are you a student here, or did you just come here to, find me? The lupine's black lips lift into a smirk, thankfully enjoying my cheesy pun.
Tucker is still bitch tits to me.
Oh my god! How loud even is it? Because, like, I don't know. Hang on, I'm moving the mixer. Am I allowed to move the mixer? Okay, I can see better now. Is the volume all right for you all? Are you able to hear the thing? Actually, go ahead and use the TTS bot again, because like this is like a test run of it. And I need to be able to see the volume of it, because like I can barely hear it.
Huge wolfman boobs.
All right, it seems volume's good.
Candy Crush.
Oh my god. Both, actually. Now that I have found you, I will need to keep using glamour tricks to appear as a student, like I am doing now. This way, I can remain in proximity to you and the other candidates. Geralt stops for a second, likely feeling that my heart skipped a beat at the mention of proximity. You need not worry. We will not be intrusive. The trials will fit around your life. Whichever candidate finds you last will also remain here under glamour. The real trials will begin when you are ready. I take this into consideration. I still don't know if I want to have any part in this. I know next to nothing about candidates or trials, or even what exactly a finder is, but hearing that it won't ruin my plans is sort of a plus, I suppose. Is that a conscious decision of whomever is running these trials? Why can't you tell me more? Geralt sighs and pats my shoulder. His paw-like hand feels warm but heavier than I expected. His proper way of speaking also seems to drop off as he softly speaks, as though he were lowering a curtain to let me peek behind. Like I said earlier, you'll learn all you need to in time. Please, Finn, Go about your day as normal and remember that while I won't be following you, I will be keeping an eye out for you. I won't let that barbarian or his cohorts harm you. Harm you. Fuck. He ruffles my hair. I don't even bother swatting his hand away as my cheeks begin to warm. My hair is already ruined by the time my reflexes even consider kicking in. Geralt walks on as I watch, disappearing round the corner with an elegant flick of his tail. That man is so gay. I sigh and turn into a nearby doorway, heading into the campus library. Time to study! I don't know how to feel about the voice that I gave Geralt. I don't know how to feel about it. I sit at a desk along a wall with a railing up above, directly below the balcony of the upper level. Bookshelves line several paths perpendicular to the long desk, held in place by several pillars at each end. I like to sit over here as a few years ago there was an incident in which bookshelves dominoed and injured a few people, so over here is the most safe place in such an event. Where are we now? We are in the library. And hiya. Also, we did a successful test run of the TTS spot, and it works. It's a pretty stupid phobia, admittedly, but the kind of day I've been having warrants caution. We did not meet Wolf Boy number 3 yet. I was studying, and managed to get a good few chapters read in just under an hour, but now I still have about an hour and a half to go before I have to leave, so I decided to humor myself and look into anything related to wolf giants or werewolves or wolf people in general. I find one horror story called A Wolfening by Yancey Oates, about a werewolf who gets killed in a hit and run by a couple and is avenged by his family of werewolves. There's another, also horror adjacent, called Howling Helena by Jorgen Kingkiner, which starts out as a romance story but turns into a coming-of-age story. It looks to be about a girl who is kicked out of her family, but in the midst of a slasher story on a ski lodge, makes a found family with a pack of werewolves. Not sure how this one will end, but it's interesting, to say the least. That's a few good horror books to work through, but I doubt any of these will help. I am reading a rather lengthy chapter in a novel about a girl who travels to another world with her brother and meets a wolf, when I suddenly feel a tiredness. I don't think a nap would hurt, but I really shouldn't. Not here. I blink several times fast, trying to fight the wariness off my eyelids. It seems to work as I continue the page and move on to the next. God's damn it! I fell asleep again! I awake in a large plateau under the dusk sky surrounded by mountains. Another dream? This voice, it's different. Looking off to the distance, I see the moon watching silently from behind the mountains. I see my target, and brace myself to begin, then take off toward it. Something calls out. Something familiar, yet unknown to me. I want to stop the dream, but I can't wake on my own. I notice myself running strangely and realize I'm on all fours. Wait, do I have paws? I do have paws. And a muzzle! Oh my god! I'm a furry. Wait, what? Awesome! Can I howl? I try. I howl. A woo? I think it sounds quite lovely. Thank you very much. Oh my god. Every warrior cat's nerd. Wait, what? Thank you very much. Brother will be very jealous, I think. Yes. Wait! I can speak in my dream this time. To myself. This wolf dream shit is getting tiring. The sky above fades from dusk to deep night. Stars fill the sky and my goal grows further and further away. Time to hasten. The hunt begins. Reaching a forest at the base of the mountains, I continue my chase. I won't let you down, brother. I'm a good hunter. What the hell? What is this? What am I seeing? I speed past trees and rocks and berries and animal tracks and mossy logs and regular logs and many, many fallen leaves. I must go faster. Over a broken deer antler under a half-fallen tree, wind in my fur. You're going too fast. You're going to run into something. Silence finder, see and hear, feel and find. What? No, but I have to. I simply have to now. Oh God. Oh God. What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this shit? And Haya, what the fuck am I looking at right now? Like, look at this.
Yo, mama.
Oh my God. He's just like rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Oh my God. I have to put this in. I have to put this in. I have to put this in the stream now. Let me just. You should already know exactly what I'm doing right now. I simply have to put this in. I have to. I simply have to. Just this. There we go. Oh my God, no, not video capture device. This. No! Not that. Fuck. The new RTF screensaver. Oh, you're talking about that thing. See, I don't. I actually don't have, oh my God, not TTS bot. I am, like, fighting this right now. Am I? Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. This is Finn. Everyone say hello to Finn. Trees dance around my vision as I speed through the forest, coming to a slower gait as I reach the base of the mountain. I work my way up, not really adhering to the shape or incline of the terrain. It is beneath me both literally and figuratively. I need to make haste, and this mountain cannot hinder me. The summit is soon in sight. Do you feel the pull finder? The senseless need to chase that fractures one's mind and lays claim to one's heart? Just, hi, Finn. I feel what he feels. What is this? Who are you? There is no time for that. Watch. Find. Oh, I kind of figured that, like, text color is important. I kind of figured that. Hang on, I'm fixing my hair. I'm fixing my hair real quick. I kind of figured that text color was important because, like, I noticed that, like, every single time there's a different text color, there's, like, a different character. Because, like, Geralf is, like, red, Arkin is yellow, no, green, and Finn is purple. This is exactly what I mean when I say Hi, my name is Finn and I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Finn. It all started when I was born at a very young age. Hang on. But I'm trying to figure out who that white text color is. It's like, hi, my name is Finn and I'm an alcoholic. Okay. Let me just. Like, he's just over here all like, hi, my name is Finn and I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Finn. It all started when I was born at a very young age. Oh, this text. I was born at a very young age. Before I was 2, I couldn't even walk. I couldn't speak at all. There would be times, I remember it so clearly, there would be times I would wake up, and there would just be shit in my pants. There we go. I feel like that is not Finn at all. I feel like that is not the character Finn, like, at all. There's not time for that now. Watch. Find. I don't know what I'm supposed to find her. I don't even know what a finder is. I look to the sky and howl at the moon. Sir, this is Alcoholics Anonymous, not therapy, please. Isn't, like, Alcoholics Anonymous like a type of group therapy? Brother would be proud indeed. Father, too, were he not chained up so. Alright, I'm getting rid of Finn the Hedgehog. Father, too, were he not chained up so. The fetter that binds him might not be broken anytime soon, so I must do my duty for now. We cannot be serious. A father? Chained? A wolf? Indeed, you must awake now. The last one is near. We will speak again, finder. Wait, no! Please don't! I wake suddenly and push myself away from my chair, which falls over behind me, looking around desperately. The voice, where was it coming from? The dreams, too, for that matter. The librarian, a well-built, slightly older man who I'd always thought was rather handsome, bestows upon me a worried expression, to which I return an apologetic glance. Oh, many other library attendees give me confused stares, but I don't care. Hang on. I'm gonna call Star real quick. I'm gonna call her real quick. I'm calling Star real quick. Okay. I'm calling her. It's ringing. Damn, she's in another call. Bombastic side-eye. Criminal offensive side-eye. We cannot be serious at all. Many other oh wait, but I don't care. I know I'm awake now, and in the library. I can search for more information here, and I need more information. I move up and down the aisles of books. I mean, I've fallen asleep in the library before. I once took a whole ass nap in a library. Shit feels amazing. Library. I've already looked through the fiction before, but I didn't try history or folklore stories, so I decided to start there. Glancing through tome upon tome, my fingers trace the spines of the books carefully as I make a decision. If there was ever a time for me to find something, this would be it. I step back and look over all of the books I can, and think to myself, no, command myself, to find something about a bound wolf or a wolf chasing the sun. Anything helpful at all, really. My library must be comfortable. It's the library at my school. I fell asleep in the library at my school on a Saturday afternoon with some friends. We decided to take naps in the library. Anything helpful at all, really. Nothing seems to happen until I feel it. A pull at the palm of my hand, my fingers twitching and my wrist flicking gently. Is this it? I reach my hand out to the books, half expecting one to launch itself out or something. Instead, my hand hovers over a pretty thick book, with at least several hundreds of pages. They're usually air conditioned, so it's a good place for the summer. It is! Like, oh my god. Why are libraries just so comfortable in the summer times? Other than the fact that they're air conditioned, just why? I actually used to spend like all my free time at a library. And look where I am now. Norse mythology. No author seems to be cited. The book bears a dark brown leather cover, smooth and surprisingly unworn. Thought we were gamers. We don't sleep. I sleep very much. I get a lot of sleep. But that's the funny thing. I'm usually up until like the ass crack of dawn, but I've actually been going to bed earlier and earlier nowadays. Smells like cap. No. Here's the funny thing. I am like where I'm doing the stream right now is literally in my parents' house, in my room, in my bedroom, right next to the bed, right next to my bed. The book bears a dark brown leather cover, smooth and surprisingly unworn. It has 3-inch wide straps binding it horizontally, each bearing a buckle on the end clasped tight. There is a clang of metal on metal from the other side of the bookshelf and a creaking sound. I'm still clutching the tome tightly, studying its complex cover details, noticing the runes engraved into the length of each strap. Just then, I hear my name being called by a man's voice from above the balcony, together with the sound of a lady on the opposite side of the bookshelf screaming. Looking at the bookshelf, I panic as I realize it's slowly leaning toward me. I hesitate to move, and find myself only able to just duck and cover my head. Levon, and I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm getting major It vibes right now, like Stephen King's It. I'm getting major It vibes. Like, I see this scene. Like, I see this scene and in reading the text, I'm just thinking, oh shit, Pennywise is nearby. Like, Pennywise is nearby, all like, we turn around and we just see him, like, doing a little dance, and we're like, oh shit, that's Pennywise. And we just, sick as fuck, moonwalk out of the library. And he's like, oh fuck, those are some sick Michael Jackson dance moves. And he leaves us alone. The case of books has suddenly stopped short of hitting me by a hulking mountainous figure. I stare up in awe at the man who saved me, holding the bookshelf up with his back while covering me from any falling books.
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
Okay, I'm hydrating right now. I'm hydrating. There, I hydrated.
Drink water, you troglodyte.
Alright, I drank water. Oh, okay. I stare up and... Yeah, I already read that line. Oh? Oh? I might be doing something. I don't know.
Daddy sorry, 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 daddy sorry.
Hiya. His dark brown fur tells me enough. I suppose I've been found. Whoa, you're strong! The lupine lets out a sigh and nods. His amber eyes look into mine. Yeah. I can't help but stare into his eyes, and he seems to be equally shocked in place until I see him grit his teeth. Sorry, but would you mind not being where you are? I'm, trying to save you. I nod and scramble out from under the bookshelf, away from danger. My savior looks around and calls out for people to come help at any time, which elicits a response from the stunned onlookers. I'm sure he could have lifted it himself, but I guess this has to do with the glamour thing Geralf mentioned. He must not be trying to stand out so much. But like, holy hell does he stand out, towering above anyone I've ever met. And his build is impressive as well. I like your funny words, Magic Man. After getting the heavy bookshelf back upright, my hero approaches, a sort of nervous look on his woven face. I feel almost obligated to talk. What's wrong? Why the long, muzzle? His face lights up as I alleviated his worries, or at the very least surprised him. You can see what I really am? It's, well, you. The Finder. I found you, right? He rubs his forearm shyly with his large paw hand, his left ear angled back a bit. The nervous look returns. I walk up to him and scratch his ear gently. He looks like he could use the assurance. To any onlookers, it probably seems like I'm flirting with my savior. I throw on an extravagant voice in response to his question. Yes, yes, 'tis I, the fabled Finder. Please, good sir, hold your applause. Seriously, this is a library. This gets a chuckle out of him. His smile revealing his pure white canine fangs that contrast his dark brown fur. Hiya. I cannot be serious at all. I'm clearly not allowed to be serious. I turn his muzzle left and right slowly, inspecting for bruises. So, you okay, Mr. Wolf Giant, sorry. I slap my forehead at my blunder. Wolf Giants, 3, Finn, 0. The Wolf Giant opens his mouth as I mess up, but smiles gently as I correct myself. You say that this game isn't taking itself seriously. I'm not taking this game seriously at all. Like, I'm certain that it is a very... I'm certain that it is a very serious game with very serious story.
Finn taking nothing but L's.
Like, I'm sure it's a very serious story with very serious story stuff, like, you know, like, Lord of the Rings, I think. I don't know, I haven't actually seen the Lord of the Rings. But, like, I cannot take it seriously at all. I cannot take this game seriously at all. I'm sure I will in the future. I'm sure I will once we actually get to the serious stuff. Like I feel like, based on this, has no life features. The Wolf Giant opens his mouth as I mess up, but smiles gently as I correct myself. Anyway, are you alright? Did the bookcase hurt you? The Wolf Giant shakes his head and smiles. I'm fine. Thank you for your concern. Are you alright? I smile and nod, letting go of the wolf's muzzle. Oh, okay. Yes, I am fine. Thank you very much for saving me. The wolf giant realizes we haven't introduced ourselves, and for the third time in my life, I see a wolf giant blush. Oh, right. My name is Bjorn. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you, Finn. I give him a wary look, wondering how he knew my name. He seems to catch on and reassures me. I, overheard your name when someone called it to you as the bookcase fell. I don't know where that guy went, though. Things go a bit quiet for a second as I remember the sultry librarian, but I snap out of my stupor and think of a question to ask. Hey, how does one tell wolf giants apart from werewolves? If you don't mind explaining. I mean, I'm not really used to either, and the two other wolf giants I've met before you looked very different from one another, as well as looking different from you. He shuffles his feet anxiously. Oh, yes. I'm rather large for a wolf giant. I'm sorry if it's intimidating. I don't mean to be. Aw, he's a shy boy. He's an anxious boy. Ah! I stare at him in shock. Are you kidding? You're incredible! I'm not intimidated. I'm impressed. You saved my ass. Thanks again for that, Bjorn. Bjorn seems to blush again and then smiles. He's just like Rune. He contemplates for a moment, his brow furrowing. Well, as for your question, I suppose you wouldn't see a wolf giant as a human under glamour as you are a finder, and as such are unaffected by glamour magics. As far as a werewolf goes, you would see them as a human usually, or as a wolfman during the crux of a moon cycle. I sigh. That doesn't help much. Bjorn notices this and gives me a quizzical look. Are you alright? Did my answer help? Honestly, not much. If I run into a werewolf in wolf form, I won't be able to tell them apart from a wolf giant. I don't think waiting for them to turn into a human would be a reasonable way to find out, especially if it's time sensitive. Bjorn chuckles softly, shaking his head. No, you're right. I didn't think that through very well. Oh, you mentioned you've met two other wolf giants already. I nod and look around to make sure nobody is listening. Can never be too careful. Yeah, one named Arkin and another named Gerulf. This seems to surprise and, to my surprise, excite him. His nervous demeanor drops entirely. Oh! Oh, that's interesting. The candidate... Insert Bjorn noises here.
Daily friendly reminder to subscribe/follow Theta to never miss another episode of your favorite FVN.
Yeah. Insert Bjorn noises here. I nod a few times as he rambles, not understanding any of it but not wanting to appear rude. However, I realize that I don't know anything about what he's talking about, and this may be a chance to get some answers. He word vomits. Oh, okay. I throw on a smile. That's awesome, I guess. Hey, I'm still new to this. Can you explain this whole finder thing? Why am I necessary for you wolf giants exactly? An excited smile spreads across his face, no doubt a result of my body language in response to his possible willingness to share information. Absolutely not. Shit. I really need to stop answering their questions before having my own answered. I nod out of frustration, annoyed, and my expression sours. Well, why not? Look, it was nice meeting you and all, but I'm really not interested in helping you guys out until I start getting some answers. Bjorn lets out a sigh, shrugging and shaking his head. Sorry, I know it's frustrating. We're not allowed to talk about much until after the rites tomorrow morning. No! No! Just, no. Let me, no. Time to go. Bye-byes. No. Just no. No. Bye. Bye, bot. Bye, bitch. Oh, you. From Final Fantasy 15 rolls. The... What? Oh, 14. Oh, Final Fantasy 14. I'm sorry. What are the rights? His entire disposition shifts and he sounds like a nervous wreck. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Finder, please, I'm not allowed to tell you much. I'll share what I can. You might have heard some of this before, but... I look at him attentively, watching his eyes and looking for any sign he might be misleading me. Hearing his own willingness to share, I cut in. Please, Bjorn. See, I didn't notice, like, the little number here, like... Number here. Bjorn is such an icon, though he is. Bjorn holds up a hand to silence me. I find myself stunned at how direct this motion is coming from someone who seemed so timid a moment ago. Bjorn smiles contentedly and continues. 3 wolf giants have found you, Founder. The other candidate hopefuls will return to their homes after the rites tomorrow morning, and then we 3 can find you and explain as much as you want us to. We need you to trust us. I'm frustrated, but I sigh and nod. I was worried that I might be getting the names wrong. I'm frustrated, but I sigh and nod. All right. I'll entertain you if we 4 are meeting up, though. We're meeting somewhere at least mostly public where I feel safe. I'll consider what you all have to say, and then I'll answer you when I can. Well, okay. Do you have anywhere in mind? The first FVN where I got all the names right first try. The only other one where I got all the names right first try is Echo. Have anywhere in mind? Well, that was short-lived. He's back to timid again. I ponder for a second and then remember my plans for the next day, and the perfect venue becomes clear to me. Need we remind me of the Keisuke incident? I can't remember what the Keisuke incident was. I volunteer at a garden center on the top floor of the nearby mall. The owner of the store likes to handle deliveries himself. He closes up early on weekends so I can tend to things in peace. So there won't be any customers and he'll be happy for the extra help caring for plants. Oh! You enjoy gardening? I read about the different common plants around this area when I learned we were coming here. I've been meaning to get a closer look at some of them. I'm impressed again. But hold this back from him. Yeah, I've been helping him for a few years now, but Bjorn, focus! Kasuki. Kasuki. Yeah, it's Kasuki. It's Keisuke. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that, I think. I don't know, it's been several months. Please, find Arkin and Geralf and let them know. It seems like you 3 are competing or something, but please don't sabotage them. His face lights up and he chuckles. You don't have to worry about that, I promise. I'll let them know and you'll have your answers tomorrow. I smile at this and then look at my watch. Oh, shit. I'm going to be late to my exam. Bjorn looks at me quizzically, but I pay this no mind. I really don't want to be late. I grab Bjorn's paw hand and shake it with both of my hands and gather my belongings. Then we separate. I run out of the library, waving goodbye to the large wolf giant, passing the sultry librarian who, despite reaching out for my attention, I make no time for. It's not for another few minutes while running to my history class that I figure out why he wanted to get my attention. I'm clutching the book on Norse mythology against my own belongings while I'm running. I rush outside the library building and head to the building where my class is. I feel bad, but there isn't really a fine for taking books out without checking them out as long as I register to use it on the campus library's website. I decide to worry about that later and take the book with me. I'm running out of time to get to class. Chapter 3, Glamour. Made it! I practically launched myself into the classroom just moments before the instructor's assistant locks the door. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing anyone wants on their Burger King burger is somebody else's foot fungus, but it turns out that might just be what you get. Making my way to the empty seat I usually occupy, I give the instructor a wave and greeting and take my seat. After a few minutes, all of the students are beginning the exam, and I start mine, wishing I had studied a bit more. 15 minutes in, I'm really wishing I had studied more. Secret seasoning. Oh no! I am answering some questions fine, and others don't seem to compute internally the way I know they should. Ring. Ring. The sound of ringing comes in loud behind my head from up on high. Making my way downtown, walking past. I know that song, I just don't know the lyrics, or the title, or the artist. Looking around, I see people grabbing their bags and then hear the instructor address us. Fire alarm! Everyone, please, gather your belongings and make an exit through the emergency doors at the far side of the class down the stairs. I need to sit down and watch Proud Family. I need to sit down and watch it. People begin to shuffle across the aisles and down the stairs, but I wait a minute until there are fewer people to bump into. Be careful and remain calm. The exam will be postponed to next Friday. I gather my bag and the Norse mythology book I had accidentally taken from the library and head down the stairs toward the exit after almost everyone does. After everyone else, quite a few of the students, myself included, stand scattered outside in the gentle sunlight. The campus security administrator is talking to the instructor and a few other faculty members of the building that was just evacuated. Okay, this reminded me of something. Okay, so, this was, I think, like, the first month of doing Theta Dog. Like, this was either the first month or the month before it. It was the month before it. It was in February. It was February 2022. I didn't actually start until March of the same year, March 2022. And it started with Echo. But no, I'm getting sidetracked. February 2022. I had made popcorn. Okay. I had made popcorn in the microwave in my dorm room. And the fire alarm goes off. Because someone burned popcorn. Now keep in mind, I didn't burn popcorn. So we all go outside in the cold February weather. We all go outside. And this one guy, come to know him a bit better, I think. Yeah, I think I know him better now. He sees me eating a bag of popcorn while the fire alarm is going off because someone burned popcorn in the building. He walks up to me and goes, "Hey man, did you set off the fire alarm?" While I'm still eating a bag of popcorn, and I'm just like, "No, I didn't." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then I microwaved a cup of water to make tea the same night. And that is the story of how someone thought that I had set off the fire alarm, when I didn't. I was just wrong place, wrong time, doing the wrong thing. Wait, did I already read that line? The campus security administrator is talking to the instructor and a few other faculty members of the building that was just evacuated. I feel a warm breeze. See, here's the thing. I didn't have access. Okay. Some Americans boiling water in the microwave. Here's the thing. I did not have access to any way to actually boil water. I didn't own an electric kettle back then, and I still don't. I should probably get one. But no. In that dorm building, I did not have a way to easily boil water. So I just microwave. Do I at least have fire in a pot? No. LMAO Finn does. He got it on Amazon. It's canon now. Oh shit! An FVN protagonist is doing. Yeah, let's get back to the story. I feel a warm breeze on my neck and recognize the musk from the night before immediately. Turning my head, I see the wolf giant's sharp smile out of the corner of my eye and I turn to meet him. Does Finn have an air fryer? I don't know. Turn to meet him. Microwaved water? Yes, I've microwaved water. I keep getting sidetracked. Arkin, what are you doing here? Oh, you know. Yeah, someone entered the room. Oh, you know, I was just nearby, saw you, and figured I'd say hello. So, hello. He lifts a paw hand in greeting with a smile that betrays his cover story spread across his maw. I don't suppose you had anything to do with this, did you? He tenses up immediately and I can see a nervous look in his eyes. Finn! I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. I give him a doubtful look and reach for his other arm, pulling it from his pocket. As I suspected, a blue residue coats his paw. Arkin chuckles nervously, and I flick his nose which elicits a squeak from the lupine. Oh wait, I didn't read that. Ow! What was that for? Arkin! See, that's the thing. I usually boil water in, like, a kettle or a pot, but in the dorm buildings last year, not this previous year, but the year before that, I did not have access to it. So it was either just hot tap water or microwave, typically both. I'm not too loud, but he looks shocked as though I'm yelling at him. Why would you pull the Whoa, it was neither of them. We all went home for the summer. I'm not going to say who it is, though. Whoa, Finn, keep it down. You want people to hear us? He is right, but I'm still going to scold him. I quiet down to a whisper, and thankfully nobody around even gave us so much as a second glance. Why would you pull a fire alarm? Have you gone mad? Arkin also lowers his voice. I could sense that you were panicking. I remember you said you had an exam, and I assumed it wasn't going well. I'm sure my interrupting you last night caused you no small amount of stress, so I thought I'd try to make things right by stopping the exam for everyone, and it seems to have worked. Okay, I have a feeling of the dynamic. I have a feeling... Okay. I have a... correct me if I'm wrong, but I have a feeling this is going to be the dynamic. Okay, so you have Bjorn over here. He's actually smart and being a decent parent to the rest of them. Then you have Geralf. He's a little goblin. He's a little goblin. He's like... And it's like, oh god, that is a goblin right there. And Geralf is over here just beating the shit out of people because they even so much as glanced at Finn. And Arkin and Finn share a singular brain cell, and usually Finn has the brain cell, so sometimes Arkin just stands very still and tries to intercept the brain cell. I think that might be the dynamic. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the dynamic. I think that is going to be the dynamic. Oh god! The proud look on his face could not be any more misguided, but I can't help but smile at his thought process. Arkin has more brain for now. Arkin rolled a solid 20... rolled like a very solid 20 on charisma. But as for intelligence... he got a very respectable 1. He is not smart, and that's what makes him very enjoyable. He did it to help me because he felt bad, but if he hadn't come into my life last night, I might not have even made it to the test in the first place. Still, I feel the need to explain to him why it wasn't the right thing to do. I lean in close to Arkin and smile. He looks down at me and smiles back. Arkin! You helped me! I reach up to him and my hand brushes his cheek. That was so sweet! His head tilts a bit until he into my hand. He seems to be expecting me to scratch his ear. Maybe? No, this isn't the time. I have him where I want him now. I must strike. I reach over his neck and pull his head down into a headlock with one arm. He's caught off guard and his balance is thrown off, allowing me to easily handle him and turn him toward the other students. Okay. I genuinely thought that, like, Arkin was just going to, like, reach down into the head scratches, and then, like, Finn was just going to, like, just bitch slap him across the face, and he would be like, ow! Turn toward the other students. Whoa, Finn, what are... I motioned toward the other students with my free arm. Oh, okay. Now, look over there at all of those students. I'm sure some of them could have benefited from the extra time, that much is true. But what about the ones who tried really hard to study and to get in the right headspace for today? What about the instructor who had to worry if the fire was genuine and may have feared losing her workplace? Or the security admin who now has to look for some delinquent that's going around pulling fire alarms? Arkin's eyes droop lower with each point until they're staring straight down at the ground. I didn't really think about how what I was doing was affecting them. Damn it, I'm sorry, Finn. I pat his head gently, and then pull his muzzle back in to scratch it some more. I give him a smile again, this time with no malicious intent hidden beneath.
Get off Arkin.
It's alright, Arkin. I just need you to see the things you do impact others. I would never ask you to help me if it were to another's detriment, unless it's an emergency. I see. I may have acted a bit recklessly. I give him a worried look and scratch behind his ear a bit. Your ear okay? I try not to be too rough. Arkin leans in close and whispers gently into my own ear. Oh, it's fine. I could have taken it rougher. He laughs and I feel my cheeks grow hot. Sly devil. Oh god, now I can't stop thinking about this. Hang on, I'm turning on the webcam just for this. I can't stop thinking about this now, just... I can't stop thinking about that now, just... I can't stop thinking about that now. Fuck. Sly devil. I pull away a bit and turn to regain my composure. After a moment, I look back to see him looking at me with a smirk. Then he gives me an understanding nod, toothy smile, and all as he rubs his ear gently. Ah! You don't want to see my real face. Okay. Okay. Ah! Okay. I understand, Finder. I shall be more careful of my actions in the future. Oh! Good then, thank you. So... what happened to not being intrusive, anyway? His face lights up in surprise, and he looks me in the eye. You didn't hear that phrase from me? That's a phrase we were told for the trials, though. Did you meet another wolf giant already? I'm taken aback. That was surprisingly inquisitive from him, though to be fair, I don't exactly have much of a sample group to refer to here. Deceptively smart, Arkin. Yes, I've been found by 2 already. Just in the last few hours, actually. Oops, I almost forgot. Their names are Geralf and Bjorn. Arkin looks as though he's trying to remember something, and I figure maybe he thinks he knows the other wolf giants. Can't say I know who they are outright, but I probably would know their families' names more than their own. Family names? Geralf mentioned something about bloodlines, but not family names. I'd ask about it, but he'll most likely just tell me he can't answer that or something. I decided to skip the questions for now, and remember the talk I just had with Bjorn and our plan to meet up tomorrow. Hey, we're meeting up at the garden center in the mall tomorrow afternoon, so I can hear what you all have to say. I'll make my decision on whether I want any part in this after I hear you out and have some time to think. Is that okay with you? Arkin opens his mouth to answer, but is silenced by the sound of his stomach growling. Oh, hold that thought. My wolf giant friend looks at me quizzically. We'll get some food and talk about it while we eat. Come on, Arkin. Wolf giant gives me an embarrassed smile and follows me. As we walk past the security administrators and faculty, I overhear them. We looked at the footage already. The person who pulled the alarm seems to be blurred out and we can't tell who it is. I followed the figure on the cameras outside the doors. I swallow hard and try not to look suspicious. It seems they made a getaway already. Well, if the budget cuts hadn't wiped out the security team's numbers, I'm sure you would have caught them. It speaks to the greed of those in higher seats that they'd rather save a buck than potentially save someone from harm, like that poor girl last week. I almost instinctively stopped to listen, but realized it looked suspicious, so I eavesdropped while walking. She was found maimed in the parking lot just off campus, shivering and delirious. An attack just off campus? I heard the police couldn't find a trace of evidence, and the attacker could still be out there. That's terrible. Such a shame. And there used to be a security officer stationed in that area. I can't imagine how long she must have been there waiting for help. That poor girl. I shudder and walk on. I know I have my own problems to deal with, but I can't imagine having to go through that. Arkin is ahead of me a bit, so I jog to catch up as we make our way toward the cafeteria. We walk into the cafeteria after a short walk across campus. A question comes to mind and I turn toward Arkin as we walk. Hey, Arkin, how did you mess with the footage anyway? And how did you get away with all of that blur crap on your hand without being with all that blue crap on your hand without being caught? You stopped hiding your hand and we walked right by the security administrator. Arkin laughs and places a warm hand on my shoulder. He's a bit heavy, but he doesn't hinder my movement. But more than that, it's the hand with the blue residue coating it. I shake his hand away before it stains my shirt, but it's long since dried. That's basic glamour magic, Finn. I can show you some of when our candidacy is confirmed after the rites. Show me? I get to see magic? Okay, I can be patient. Anyway, I have a meal plan card for the cafeteria, but if you wolf giants are glamoring as students, I assume you don't. You might have to use money here. Arkin's face contorts into a conflicted mess. He pulls out a bundle of leaves from a pocket. Oh, right. I've been glamoring these leaves to pay for things. I look down in shock and move closer to Arkin to whisper. Arkin, what? Tell me that glamour doesn't wear off. I'm not sure. Maybe if I'm not nearby long enough? I put my palm up to my forehead, and Arkin seems to understand that I'm upset again. Oh, what is it? I motion over to the student working the cash register. Arkin follows my hand and looks over toward her. Arkin, that girl over there is probably using her job here to help pay for her schooling. Now, imagine you're in her position working to support yourself, and one day your boss fires you for taking piles of leaves instead of cash because now your drawer is short $10 and has been every day for the last week. All because someone used magic to make you think you had taken money because they wanted lunch. Arkin looks at his leaves and his ears drop backward. He understands. I'm sorry, I'm just doing what we were told to by the I realize he cut himself off and pieced it together myself. Elders? Is that what you were going to say? Am I not supposed to know that? Arkin nods and I can see him blushing again. It's okay, Arkin. I won't pry. Hey! I place a hand on his arm and hold up my food card. He looks at me with guilt in his eyes, but I smile at him reassuringly. I get guest meals. I'll cover you, big guy, and I don't fault you at all. Arkin, you're just dealing with the hand that was given to you. So, what kind of food do you usually eat? Arkin's ears perk up, he smiles and he looks around. Sniffing the air a bit, I swear I can almost see his mouth watering, a hungry wolf indeed. I'm not picky, I'll eat anything! But I'd die for good old bangers and mash right now. He wants to do what? In public? What in the world is that? Bangers and mash? Is that one of those things I won't learn about until I get older? Arkin laughs at this and points at some kielbasa. It's like that. Sausages and mashed potatoes. It's a bit of a staple where I'm from. My mother makes them the best. Hopefully I get to show you one day. His face is lit up like holiday lights, but then suddenly he looks hesitant. His eyes move back over to the food. Seeing something he likes, Arkin moves over to it and loads his tray up. I do the same and grab us a bottle of water each, then we head over to the cashier girl to pay. We finally move toward the tables, finding a spot isolated from other people so we can talk more. Arkin gets that hesitant look again as we dig into our food. Hey, Finn, how old are you anyway? We're gonna leave off here tonight. My God. Anyways, stay safe. Have a good night. Am I allowed to type it all? And I will see you tomorrow.